Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast. I am your host, McManhattan, the Scene Snob, and I am joined as no, I'm not. It's 2022. I don't know where my co-host is. He might have gotten held up. I have not heard from him, but I'm sure he'll be here at some point. If not, I will do my best. So today is the first show back for the Scene Snobs in 2022. And I'm super excited to be doing it. We had to delay all of our other shows until next week. The reason being, I have been under the weather. I've had the flu since Friday, exacerbated by getting my my booster shot and a flu shot. I got it while I was sick, but I got it, so kind of floored me. And then, of course, today, as of last night, we found out that one of my sons tested positive for COVID. He was with his dad and his that side of the family all last week for Christmas and New Year's, and I guess he was exposed there. He came home. We've all tested negative, so we're doing the quarantine thing. But my wife got her COVID booster yesterday, and now she's not feeling well. My other son has to stay home because he was exposed. Thankfully, everybody is in good health. Except for me, but I've been running the show today, so I've been trying to do as much as I can running around, so it's been a little crazy. I am prepped, but I am not as prepped. I did not think I'd be doing it alone, but I do miss Casey. I'm sure, like I said, either he'll be here or maybe he's just taking the night off, but that's okay. I'm with you. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to talk about some great stuff. Let's see who's here. Jason, welcome, my friend. Good evening to you, sir. AJ, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? I got to get you two for real comment. I want to do the next one with you guys. Radar, how you doing, my friend? And AJ, well, thank you very much. Really, truly appreciate that. We could use it at the moment, but another week with the kids at home. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. He's actually doing really well. He's not showing any symptoms or anything. But because he tested positive, we got to take all the precautions and everything. And because we tested negative, we're taking all those precautions. So everybody's kind of quarantined, doing the mask thing. Everybody's kind of all over. I am very annoyed about it. It seems like not annoyed that he has it. Excuse me. My brain goes to the next thing and I don't explain myself. I'm not annoyed that he has it. I'm annoyed in this whole new rush of we have a new variant, which it doesn't seem like too many people in public, and this is just my opinion, are taking seriously. Now, through 2020, I remember we started like kind of isolating before even March of 2020, before it was like official. We were like, maybe we should kind of start hunkering down, start like prepping, to get ready. And we've always taken this as serious as possible. We try to do the best we can. And as we go along from February 2020 into March, all the way till now, we were good. And then it happens, and I attribute a lot of it to, and listen, I know it, but I attribute a lot of it to not taking the mandate seriously. And just blowing it off. And I know a lot of people just want to blow off steam and they're tired and they're annoyed and they're pissed off, and I get it, but it's one of those things where we need to hold on and we need to kind of do it, and people need to get vaccinated. It is what it is at this point. Now, I get when it comes to the small kids, how differently, things kind of go. And we don't know fully what could happen here or there, and you're always worried about your kids and stuff like that. And, I got a 5-year-old, and I worried about that too. And I'm not pontificating here. My biggest thing with that was always, at least if you're not going to get them vaccinated, let's keep everybody safe. Let's follow the guidelines with masks. Let's follow the guidelines with, quarantining if you travel. Like when we traveled back in December to see my family up in New Jersey, quarantine before we left, went, quarantine when we got back, so we can keep everybody safe, tested, everything, the whole night. I know it seems like it's just a pain in the ass, but if I can pass off any small message, I would hopefully, say, just let's try and follow the rules. Like, CDC has now changed the guidelines to 5 days, like a quarantine, so doing 5 days. And the only reason they did that was because people weren't following 10. Imagine that. We're going to change this because people aren't following the full. It boggles my mind. Imagine playing a sport that way. But anyway, okay. I've ranted enough about it. It was driving me crazy, but we're talking about a lot of fun things. Now, I don't know how many of you guys follow or listen to stuff I do on TikTok, YouTube, things like that. But I've been talking a lot about like what's going on with DCU and Marvel and all that stuff recently. So it looks like with the, and tell me if you guys have heard about it. Actually, you know what? Let me go back a little bit before I start with DCU because AJ, you bring up a good point. I'm disappointed it's affecting movies. Morbius is pushed back. Yes. These growing numbers are affecting movie theaters again, and I don't like that. I agree with you, AJ. I was so psyched for Morbius. And the more, with everything coming on and all the rumors coming out about Spider-Man and possibly Andrew Garfield's connection to the Morbius universe and what they might be doing there, I was getting so stoked. I wanted to see this movie so bad. And then when I saw it got pushed back yesterday, I reported it on TikTok. And, I was watching Everything Always. If you haven't checked them out, they're really awesome Marvel content. And he gets most of the breaking news. So anybody listening to this, by the way, I'm very sick. So I'm going to be doing a lot of mouth breathing. So excuse me. This episode is going to be the mouth breathers episode. And it's definitely not an episode I want to do alone. So like when I saw Morbius get pushed back, it was a kick in the head. And so I'm right there with you, AJ. Like it just, for me, I really wanted to see this movie because I think I wasn't excited about it for so long. And this is like the movie that's been pushed back the most. It's been pushed back 8 times. It was supposed to come out in July of 2020. Imagine that. July of 2020, it was supposed to come out. And now it's pushed back to an 8th time to April 1st. It's insane. And to think that we were going to get Spider-Man then. That's a crazy, we just saw probably the biggest movie movie. Let's just say movie in general since Endgame came out. And we were going to, we just got it and it was supposed to come out around 2020. It's so crazy to me. And we're in 2022 already. So Morbius getting pushed back and what's going on with the new variant and how it's affecting so many, and it's going to affect movie theaters again. Who knows what's going to happen because HBO and Warner Brothers, they were going to kind of skate back, but the way they were going to do it was start only putting movies out in the movie theater, but after 2 weeks, they're going to bring it right into HBO Max. So it's going to be like a big thing. Who knows? They might stick to the rule again. And they might go back to it because I think they were seeing some good fortune with it. Before we go on, I think it's important to tell you, when you're going through these things, you're going through sicknesses and stuff like that, it's important to have a friend. And unfortunately, I don't have a friend. He wasn't here. And I just got really upset about that. No, I'm just kidding. Casey's here.
Hi, everybody. Hello, my friend. Bro,
What's
how
up,
you
buddy?
doing? Of course I'm here, man. Late. I'm sorry. Apologies for that.
No, it's all right.
I had to make a dramatic introduction to 2022. I couldn't let it go
I'll
easy.
give you that. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. That's the 2022 around. You're the Ami Khan of the podcast world. You're showing up. You come in, you sneak in, but it's full force.
Oh yeah, ready with both barrels blowing out, baby. Let's do this thing. I tell you what, that has been crazy because I've had it now this year. Have you had it yet?
Thankfully, I've tested negative. Tommy has tested positive. So we're doing the quarantine thing. I don't even think I got a chance to talk to you today. Today's just been a nutty day because,
dude, tell me about it.
He was at his dad's last week, and unfortunately, he was exposed. And I wish them all well, and I hope they're all feeling better and stuff like that. And he's doing well. Thankfully, he feels good, but he has to quarantine. So put him in his room. He's got all the accoutrements, if you will, in the room, so he's good. And I'll serve him, and got my mask on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in there, but we all have to test. So we all test, and we're all negative except for him. So, but Jack can't go to school now; he's exposed.
Yep.
So for the next 5 days, I'm like, and Mary got her COVID booster yesterday, so she's not feeling well. So, and now I've been sick since like Friday because I had a cold.
Yeah, you had a cold, and then you got what? Your booster and your flu shot?
And the same day, and that wiped the floor with me all weekend. All weekend, I was just like, I got up to I didn't even you sent me a bunch of messages, and I was like, I don't even I had enough to post when I needed to post, not even create. I created everything beforehand, but post when I needed to post, and I had to do a guest spot on Sir Sturdy's show on Saturday. And I told him, I was like, you get an hour, because when that hour's up, and I meant it. When that hour is up, I got off and I trudged to bed with sweat dripping down. Well, I did take a shower, I will say that, but just dripping down.
Well, it was just fun. I have to say, I did kind of chuckle too with that, because once again, it was one of those points when you're saying, I need to slow down, I need to take my break, I need to not do anything for a bit, and of course, still hammering at it, never quitting. That's how. God bless you, man. You are a machine.
Well, there were points this weekend where I was like, I physically can't move. I was like, I'm done. Like everything ached. And I think that was the COVID booster, because she said, you can get aches and pains and migraines. I was like, all right, that's that part. The sickness is probably.
It's also, you're old now.
I am old.
I love you. We're getting old, man. Like I've called myself just getting all sore and everything. I played the Oculus, the VR helmet the other day, and I maybe played for 25 minutes, and bro, it felt like one of the biggest workouts I've had in a long time.
Oh my God!
So there's a lot of squats. Some of my thighs have been on fire, but you know what? I've been working out. That's been good. Been feeling good. Been trying to avoid other things. So
good. I've been working out more, like walking. So I'm trying to get back down, do what I can. But today was just that day where I was like, okay, Tommy has to stay in his room. Everybody has to have a mask on him at all times. Mary was just in bed. I was like, just stay in bed. Don't move. Jack, just stay downstairs. We had Disney movies on all day. And I was running around. I was like, all right, I'll make everybody's meals and do this and do that. And man, I was like, this sucks. I was like, women are so much better at this than men are.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it. I keep looking around my house and been trying to pick up little bits here and there and clean more, because I spent 3 straight days at work with the snow and everything else we had.
Yeah.
So that's another reason where it's like, oh man, I finally get home. I'm all messed up with my schedule. I'm all over the place, because when you get into a certain number of days of work, and it's just everything bleeds into one, and it's like, I don't know, I just keep working. I'll randomly fall asleep, wake up, work. So kind of turned into that today. So I was like, oh no, I have to get a schedule. Keep hours.
The fact that I canceled all the other shows this week just because I was sick, and I was like, and because they're all pre-recorded, they would have been recorded over the weekend. I was like, I have no energy to do that. So I was like, I'll start next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because it's live, I was like, we'll keep going. And oh my God, did this just beat that? Even today, just trying to prep for this, I was like, yeah, I don't know about all this stuff. I was like, thank God my other job, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm a traffic anchor for.
Yeah, you are one of the sexiest traffic anchors in Northern Virginia now. So let's just get that right.
It's like Phoebe said on Friends. It's the cold voice. It's the cold voice they love. So yeah, doing traffic and with everything going on in 95 in Virginia, I was like, thank God they gave me time off.
Yeah,
because they were just like, all right, because you're training, take this time off, and they allow for me to do the show and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my God, could you imagine on top of everything, I would have to produce segments on what's going on 95?
That would be nonstop. I mean, that's almost a full 24 hours now. People have been trapped on 95.
I think more. I think it's been since Sunday afternoon,
Oh,
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
or Monday morning, like late Sunday night.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, man.
It's crazy, man. But
no food, no water. But this is why, you know what? Hold on, because this is just a moment. I just want to say this is absolutely why I'm all about always keeping a bunch of extra clothes, blankets, water, snacks. Like my vehicle is ready and prepped for just this kind of situation.
You're a smart man, dude. You are. And Lenny always told me, he's like, you got to get a go bag. And I was like,
always.
Yeah, you're right, but I just don't have one. And he's right. You're right. You got to have a go bag. You got to be ready. And if anything, it's proving this now. You know, but
I mean, yeah, sure, maybe 1 in 1,000 chance, but you know what? I don't want to be stuck anywhere without food and water and the inability to get either. Although, let's also remember it's snow. So if the road shut down, you just get out and eat the snow.
True.
Well, I
think the biggest effects right now, from what I'm hearing, is the fact that like our numbers in COVID are rising and hospitalizations are rising.
Yeah.
So, but all of our healthcare workers are helping right now in 95. All our extras are there helping. So it's like, yeah, it ain't going well.
No, I mean, people are like showing up on 4-wheelers to get other people. Like one person I needed to get was trapped on 95 trying to get to a dialysis appointment. So like, can you imagine some of these people just stuck? Like another one of them was one couple I read was returning from one of the bowl games. Like it's nuts just thinking about the stuff that's being affected right now.
Yeah,
just from one bad roadway.
Yeah, 95 sucks. Anybody who doesn't know 95, it's the worst.
Oh, imagine being stuck on a bridge over top of a river on 95, like that high up.
Oh my God.
Slowly sliding back down potentially. Could you right?
No. Think about that.
Or the car in front of you that's slowly coming towards you.
Jeez, and just a domino effect all the way back.
Yeah. I mean, they had part of the roadway cleared and then another truck jackknifed, and that's even more now. We've returned again. You know, it's like, wow. Poor guys.
So AJ brought up, and I want to get your opinion on this. So AJ was talking about Morbius being pushed back. So if you haven't heard about it, and we're going to get to all your comments, guys, but if you haven't heard, Morbius, which was supposed to come out on January 28th this month, has been pushed back to April 1st because of the rise in COVID numbers. So do you think this is going to be an upcoming trend with movies?
Yeah, it's going to go back again. The level of piracy has gone up so high. And, you know, if you look at the numbers and what's happened ever since, I want to say it was over the course of Disney adding more or pulling out or adding something. We got to a point where too many subscription services started to kind of tip. Like it was almost where there was no piracy because people were happy, people were comfortable, people were able to get out and do stuff, and they were able to see movies when they wanted to, and everything was good. Now, due to COVID again, I mean, nobody's going out again. We're going to have all those numbers dipping. A lot of people are just piracy is quadrupled, I think, over the last year, which is because people want to get out. People don't want to get out. They're afraid. Me personally, look, I love the theater. You know this. It's one of my favorite things to do. And right now, it's tough to want to go.
You're not alone, man.
It's just finding those weird hours, you know, being like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go see a movie. It's not Friday night anymore with a friend. It's Monday morning at 2. Like, Monday afternoon, you know.
But how do you find those weird hours with this movie like Spider-Man? We couldn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be one of those deals where it's just wait. It's just wait because it's still busy. Like it's still busy because I went to a Wednesday matinee and it's still busy, you know. And I went to one of the not as well known. I went to the Centerville Cinemark, and they're a pretty good spot. It's just, you know, and they have decent distancing. I don't know, it's uncomfortable. It's still weird. And Morbius being pushed back, I think, is going to be what's going to happen. And unfortunately, this is not going to be the final wave. You know, this is also not it. It's not like we're going to be done with Omicron and be like, all right, well, we finished enough of that Greek alphabet. Let's move it along. Like that was it. So.
Yeah, that's legit, man. I don't know. It's craziness at its finest. And like I was saying before you came on, we started hunkering down in like February of 2020 when things were kind of being heard and we were getting a little nervous. And we stuck through it. We did everything we had to do. We tried to follow the rules and everything.
Right.
And one of us still got it. And it was generally because of like somebody is connected to somebody and they did something where they didn't follow the rules, and then it just ruins for everybody.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the way it works. That's why when people say, I don't know why their mistake should affect me, but this is it. This is what happens when the domino effect happens. And it's no one's really fault, because in some scenarios, you felt fine. Maybe you didn't notice. Why would you test if you feel fine? You had a sniffle. Why would you worry about checking to see if that was something? Bodies are different. Everyone's different. And then that's why being able to put up a shield and defend yourself is one thing, but it's not always going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
well, I will say this. Do you really think that it's COVID that's pushing back Morbius, or do you think it's the fact that Andrew Garfield's going to show up?
No, man. It's always money. You know that. The reason they didn't release this movie now is because they pushed it back because they know more people are more likely to pirate it if it's during these colder, sort of still coming out of it seasons. So I think we have time, and they can push it back all they want, unfortunately.
Don't use your bullshit logic on me. It's Andrew Garfield. They want that summer money.
That's exactly what they're looking for. They're like, no, come May. Well, I think it's smart, though. If that's what you want to do, and this is the new world, you're going to have to change your movie release schedule. Watch. This might actually affect things to where now we get a crazy movie release schedule come the warm months, and during the cold months, it's not so much. Those will be more of a streaming releases.
Well, Jason Taylor says, and I kind of agree with him too, he says he's scared for Scream. Scream 5 is supposed to be coming out this month.
Yeah.
You think it still will be, or you think it'll get pushed back?
It's going to get pushed back.
I think it should be pushed back, honestly. I think that's one where, a lot of people want to see it, but not that bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, because there's a lot of them like that. There's a lot of movies like that. Look at myself, you and I both were people who would go to every theater as much as possible to see anything and everything, whenever, wherever. That is gone for me. Now it's like the 3 or 4 movies I want to see a year that aren't going to be streamed. Those are the ones I'll go.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I have to really pick those.
And honestly, it's been like that for me too. Like where it's like Spider-Man got me out. Like Scream probably will.
Oh, Scream will. You and I will go see it.
It's one of those ones where it's like, I kind of hope it gets pushed back, only because I don't want to go right now. I can't go right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go right now. I wanted to go see. It was kind of like wanting to see Halloween Kills with you. Not seeing a Halloween movie with you in theaters still messes me up. I'm still like, man, I really want to see that with you, man. Like that's the whole thing. That's our thing.
Yep.
And especially
Halloween and Star Wars.
Yeah, watching it with you is so important to me, and it's such a big part of doing that, of seeing those movies. Scream is going to be a big part of that because you love Scream movies. It's part of our friendship was born of comparing Scream and Halloween. I mean, that was like part of our garage conversation for 5 hours. So it's important. It's important to have that. So it's kind of screwed things up, and it's kind of taken that away. And unfortunately, it comes to, what are we going to do? How are we going to become different in this new world? What are we going to do different in order to be able to go party the way we used to?
Cyber sex.
I mean, obviously, I'm saying let's screw it all. No more movie releases. Or if you do a movie theater release, it's a very special thing, and it's $10 or 30.
One flat rate.
One flat rate, $10. There you go. Get rid of all the frills.
It's like each month you pay this thing. We call it a movie pass, and then you go and see as many movies as you want in the off hours. Oh wait, they tried that.
Yeah, if they did that and then actually had little booths set up, so you can walk into your little booth, and whatever happens inside your booth, so be it. But you can watch a movie.
Radar brings up a good point. This is actually something I want to tell you too. Well, allude to. So, which do you think will get a gritty horror movie version since they are now public domain? Winnie the Pooh or Bambi? You know it's going to happen. It is going to happen. It's going to be. Actually, you can do both. And Saturday Night Live did a pretty funny version of Bambi.
Yeah.
With The Rock. But I could see Winnie the Pooh. Like, you could do a fun one with that. If not, do them as vignettes or something.
Oh man, you do a Fables version of Winnie the Pooh and make it sort of that 100-acre forest is a gritty place where you have the hard pushers like Rabbit. Rabbit's actually a pimp.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that. So
yeah, man, and then like maybe Tigger would be, I don't know, like Tigger's the getter. He's the errand boy. And Piglet's murdered, and that's when Pooh, the grizzled detective, gets on the case.
No, Tigger's got to be on the uppers all the time. And then
Well, that's right. Nice. Yeah, Tigger's on the uppers, and Rabbit started taking away his supply.
Oh my God. It just drops real fast. Oh,
Eeyore's been murdered.
Poor Winnie the Pooh wants to eat his honey. His honey.
He wants to eat some honey, all right. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Think.
He just says Morbius is going to piggyback on No Way Home. Now it can add pre-hype for Doctor Strange too. I think so, but I wouldn't expect it to connect there as much.
See, and that was a curious thing too. That brings us to the Black Widow conundrum, where's the connector? So the longer that movie remains away from the previous content, it kind of detracts a little bit from that story overall. So unfortunately, that does screw up with timing and it does screw up with money. I don't know, just stream release them. It's proven that people want to watch these things at home. So just revamp the theater system. That's what it's going to have to come down to. We're going to have to lose a lot, but let's keep our Alamos, make it a more niche thing. It's just, if we can't have people play right and ruin it for others, then let's just take the damn thing away.
Well, but like make it an event, like Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
But I went for the specific purpose of getting this Ecto-1 popcorn.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows about your Ecto-1 popcorn.
Better.
It was the absolute purpose.
Well done. We're picking up new listeners every day. We never know. So I got to tell them when I have it. And let me tell you, if it's an event, I'll go. And I will tell you this. I was a little bummed that I didn't get an AMC ticket for No Way Home because they were giving out NFTs for the first 86,000. And I was like, I didn't realize that, and I wanted that NFT.
Yeah, right. Dang.
But yeah, and I was up. I could have got one for AMC. But
wait, but it wasn't that the one where you're freaking out and everything broke? And you made friends with AJ.
The world broke at that moment. The world broke worse than 95 is right now.
I don't know. That's a bold statement, bro. I mean, that's like saying trying to travel in mid 2020.
Yeah, true.
I was flying in March of 2020.
I like how far back some of these comments go. Like Casey's alarm clock is so bright. Corinne says, hi, Corinne.
It was not this time. Hi, Corinne and Jason. And I see Kathleen. Hello, all my friends. All my delightful. Oh, there's a Stacy. Hello.
Zonk Toddler. No, I don't blame you. I get that. I was right before the show started. Oh, AJ, you're so sweet. Thanks, buddy. We love being here. We love doing
man. This is the ideal place to be.
Cyrano got pushed back. All three people who were going to go see that movie in the movie theater.
Four. You're looking at one right here. Right here.
I'll see it. I will see the movie. I'm not saying it's bad, but I do not care about seeing period pieces in the movie theater.
I am ever since Shakespeare in Love.
No.
Yeah, but see, this is one of those times where going to the movie theater was 20 times, 40 times a year for us. Easy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There was a time in my life where the movie theater was an integral and absolutely baked in part of my life every week. And I really was probably more excited than Morbius, honestly.
Oh no, and I get that. I get people being more excited for it. But I can't do it it's same with comedy. I don't want to go to a movie theater for it.
Yeah, movie theaters and comedy. I think we're both well on record as saying it's not worth it.
No,
it's just not. There's no point to it. I think Just Friends was maybe one of the last good comedies I went and cracked up to. I love horror movies on the big screen. I do too. They are scary. They're way scarier when it's this moment. It's 14 times bigger than your head. It's pretty.
I think ever since we went and saw the original Halloween in theaters,
Yeah.
Way back when. And we saw Michael Myers in like almost every shot that we never saw on any other version.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was on the big screen. And I know I felt this way about The Thing too, because you see a lot more than you do, back in the day. I just, horror movies for me, like I do like seeing them in theaters.
Yeah. I mean, it was special, and like you said, it was one of those deals where, I mean, it's a movie that I've probably destroyed more copies of Halloween than any movie on this earth just from watching, and just worn them out. And to see Michael Myers that many times and that many shots changed that movie for me.
Yeah.
And after that, so yeah, I love horror on the big screen. Kathleen says, sorry, that comment messed me up for a minute there. It's even better. It's a period musical. So not just a period piece with Cyrano, it's a period musical.
No, okay, well, musicals are different. Like The Greatest Showman, I did not see in theaters.
But you wouldn't.
Because I didn't. All right, so here's the funny part. Here's a funny story. You'll like this. So I love The Greatest Showman. It's one of my favorite musicals of all time.
Well, Hugh Jackman. Who doesn't love him?
I love Hugh Jackman.
So both of them.
All of them. Every single inch. So I wanted to, when I saw that movie, I saw it at home when it came out, and I was like, I wish I had seen this in theaters. It was a huge regret for me, because I was like, I want to see, this is such a bigger than life tale, and I was so pissed that I didn't see it in theater.
And especially with Zac Efron, those dreamy eyes.
Oh yeah. Well, it came back out in 2020. It was like one of the most sought after movies to go see in theaters. So I went and saw it in 2020 on the big screen, and I was like, I do not regret this. This was fantastic. But kind of reverse back to it, because I didn't watch it and I loved it so much on the big screen. That's why I went and saw Cats on the big screen. I do regret that too.
Yeah, see, that's one that
well, not one scene. One scene I don't regret.
Well, of course, you're Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, cat Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift cat. Taylor Swift cat.
The most attractive of all the Taylor Swifts.
Well, of course, yeah, the Tay Tay Tabby. Who doesn't know? Is not a fan of the Tay Tay Tabby?
Tay Tay Tabby.
Especially that big old uncomfortable butthole staring right at you.
Oh my God, they do have a butthole cut.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I couldn't handle it.
That's the only thing that I could watch. I actually tried to watch Cats, and I don't understand why it got made. I don't understand who completed editing that movie and went, this is a triumph. Like, no. Judi Dench cat threw me off. And that's the Dame Judi Dench, whom I fucking love.
Yeah. Well, Stacy says don't start with Cats. So I'm going to respect Stacy's stance on it, and I'll leave it alone. I'm well on record of saying how I feel about Tay Tay Cat.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for this version of Cyrano, because I always loved Roxanne with Steve Martin.
I love that movie.
One of my favorite adaptation tales ever. So yeah, it'll be good to see what Cyrano does, because Peter Dinklage is going to bring something masterful to the role. And as AJ said, Peter Dinklage is going to be in Toxic Avenger too.
Yep,
that'll be masterful as well. I'm super excited for that.
I am loving that he's going to be in that movie. That is, of course, New Jersey's biggest hero. The Toxic Avenger. That's not bullshit. If you look up, there's an actual some college or something did a survey of who the top superhero from each state is, and New Jersey's is the Toxic Avenger.
No, because they're waiting for him to show up. Because there's so much waste and dump and garbage everywhere that you gotta figure at this point he's gotta come out of one of those barrels.
Is it really bad that it's the Toxic Avenger, and then if you do the horror movie villain that comes out of each state, we have Jason? So it's just like Mongoloids that are in New Jersey.
Well, because you have one of them. It's interesting that New Jersey would have one guy who's literally born of toxic radiated garbage, and the other one is someone who doesn't like water.
And you want to hear something
probably
else?
Struggles with bathing. Just saying. Way to go, New Jersey.
And you want to hear something else? TGRI was in New Jersey.
What?
TGRI from the Ninja Turtle movies was in New Jersey. It was in Bayonne, New Jersey. That's where she's reporting from in the second movie.
Oh,
with the
wow.
big
And
sunflowers.
and then we get the ooze.
Yep. So it's all coming back. It's all coming back around to Jersey.
All coming back to me now. Thank you, Jersey.
I love where I'm from. That's why I'm 6'8". That's exactly why. I just imagined that it was toxic waste. Oh my God. There's like we're not even getting over topics, everybody. Just bear with us.
Yeah, I know this is great though, because like I got excited for these topics and I had them all kind of squared away, and I'm like, it's the first show back. The chances of us hitting a topic is slim to not going to happen.
I'm telling you right now, I'll retire until next week or whatever. We'll find a plan for it. We'll spread them out because we haven't talked about Boba Fett yet. We haven't talked about Cobra Kai yet. We haven't talked about Betty White, National Treasure Betty White yet. And we will, because we love you, Betty.
Poor girl.
We haven't talked about Encanto. Encanto. I just watched Encanto. Let's start there. So we got to go back. We're talking about toxic waste, and I want to tell you something about Cobra Kai. So it's no secret that Terry Silva shows up in Cobra Kai. So anybody who doesn't know who Terry Silva is, watch Karate Kid Part 3. He's the main villain. He was Creasy's.
Guys, don't watch
Watch
Karate
it.
Kid Part 3. Watch
Shut your
highlights on YouTube. You don't need to watch that whole movie.
No. You watch Karate Kid Part 3. It is amazing. It's the best one in the series because it has the bad boy.
You just bite your tongue. The second one with the love story and a Peter Cetera love song. Come on.
It has the bad boy of karate, Mike Barnes.
Which Mike Barnes terrible.
I loved Mike Barnes in that movie.
I know you do.
I was so mad that Mike Barnes didn't show up.
Well, American Ninja is also one of your tops, so I don't know.
I do love American Ninja. When they have the pictures of, there's two pictures that the bad guy has on his wall, and it's Ronald Reagan and John Wayne, and it's like, what?
Which is funny because that dude is basically like a version of Casey from Chuck, and
he's not even American in the movie. In American Ninja, like the bad guy's not American. They're in like Cuba or something. I can't remember where they are, but yeah.
Somewhere where people look different than us, Mick.
No, he does. No,
different than Americans.
Now I feel bad.
Sick bastard.
Anyway, go back to Cobra Kai. So Terry Silva is the main bad guy in Cobra Kai. And basically what he is he was an army buddy from Vietnam with John Kreese. And once he heard what happened to John Kreese, he sends him away because he's like a millionaire. But he's a millionaire for dumping toxic waste. No, that is why he's a millionaire, for dumping, because his company figured out how to dump toxic waste in Buenos Aires or whatever. In Borneo. Sorry.
Borneo, yep.
So I'm not going to get into the rest of the plot because you need to watch this amazing movie, The Karate Kid Part 3. And you need to watch all 4 of them, is what it comes. 5, because the remake is good too. So watch all 4.
Everything that says Karate Kid in it, just watch. Even Hillary Swank's great.
Yeah, she better come back. They need her back for one season of because all right. So it seems like everybody's teaming up with everybody. First of all, AJ, it's Terry Silva. And the reason I say that is because he actually corrects somebody when they say Terry Silver. But he did create the Toxic Avenger. You're right. Borneo is in New Jersey, I guess.
Might as well be. Well, they just all of this. It's New Jersey, man. It's really a landfill, and what they did is they spray painted Borneo across it, and they went, "Hey, yeah, we ship it to Borneo."
No, first of all, no, I won't allow this. They're not a landfill. The landfill's in Staten Island. Now I'll take the toxic waste dump.
Scrapyard.
There's a lot. All right. No, that scrapyard's gone. I had Mary take a picture of it last time we went.
That one is, but there's a very good chance that the scrapyard has been shifted inside of one of those busted out warehouses that has 2 cars and yet parked out front with space for about 10,000 people inside.
All right. You're not 100% wrong there, I think. But who knows what's going to happen? I stand corrected. Hey, I don't mean to correct you, Sarah. Terry Silva will come after us with all that karate if I don't, though.
Have you seen those Fists of Fury?
Oh my God. So I was so excited to see him come back because I love the Karate Kid Part 3. It's so bad, but I love it Just like last season, I love seeing them come back from the second credit. I love the whole series. Whatever. I'm in.
No,
Whatever.
it did a great job. Cobra Kai has crushed it. I am loving Cobra
Yeah.
Kai. I've been a big fan from the beginning. I think they've only gotten better this season. It was so funny too, because in the first episode, I'm like, oh, why is all this drama? Everyone's all dramatic. And then, I remembered and rewatched the previous season, was like, oh yeah, no, that's what it is. Yeah, it's cheesy romance, drama. It's wonderful.
Did you watch it all the way through?
No, I've got 2 episodes left.
Oh man, I'm not gonna.
Man, I got eaten up by Yellow Jackets, bro.
All right, fair, but
Yellow Jackets. Yeah, definitely. I got to finish Cobra Kai. It's one of the best shows out there. I mean, it really is for nostalgia's sake.
It's
For nostalgia's sake, what it brings back. I mean, come on, Martin Kreese is amazing, man. I love that guy.
How
good.
Crazy is it that William Zabka is so wonderful in life now? Because even when he shows up, like I told you, I met the guy, and he was wonderful to me as a human being. Right? So. Yeah. I have no problems with him, but he was the literal piece of shit of the 1980s.
Yep.
He was so good at being a piece of shit in the 80s.
Well, put him in a body bag, Johnny. I mean, that whole thing built around William Zabka is just being a piece of garbage, just being the jerk, even though he was the one who was clearly wronged. So let's just, get that out there.
Yeah, but in that movie. But if you watch just one of the guys, guess what?
Okay. No, that's true. Just one of the guys. Who was the lead in that?
I can't remember her name.
Is that the one where she's in the football locker room on the cover?
Yeah.
I
never remember her name, but she's
Jennifer Grey or Beals.
No, it wasn't Jennifer Grey.
Wasn't one of them.
You make me look it up, you bastard.
Allie Larder.
It was.
I'm right with Allie Larder. I want something.
No. It was Joyce Heiser.
Okay.
Joyce Heiser, that's right. She played the lead in that. Now,
that was one of those movies that going from the TV edit and then catching it on like HBO or one of those weird free channels where we got the runs back in the day. That was a very different movie without the editing.
Yeah, it really was. Because
a lot of boobs and swearing. I was shocked.
I remember things a lot differently in that.
Yeah.
Now was William Zabka the dickhead in it was Aaron Dozier. Okay. I was thinking of Better Off Dead, but AJ brings up a good point that he was also played the bad guy in Back to School.
That's right. Yes, he did. Yep.
He was the 80s. He was the king of the 80s douchebag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, then you go up against this guy, like, oh, hey, who is this kid?
I love him now, man. He owned it, and I just everything. Dude loaned me a cigarette once back when I smoked, and I appreciate him. He's a great dude.
That was one of my favorite stories, actually. When you returned from that convention, you were like, dude.
Kathleen, we are going to get to Encanto in just a second. I want to ask first about Boba Fett. Did you watch it?
Of course.
We got our Sarlacc pit, man.
I mean, I'm fine with it. It was a good introduction. I think it told a good story. I really like Fennec Shan. Ming-Na Wen is phenomenal. She crushes it. So fun, her back and forth with her and Boba. Good first episode. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. It's only not out for a week yet. So, yeah, shut my mouth about it. But there have been people complaining about it, and I think the complaints would have abated if they had released the first 2 episodes back to back. That's really all I have to say about it. I think
a lot of people need to shut the fuck up.
I think so too. I think everyone gets so shitty about, well, it should have been my way and the way I wanted it in my head. And you can't compare it to Mando, you got to leave Mandalorian out of it. It's tough to try to do that, but you have to.
Yeah, and especially because Mando is a completely new character nobody knew. Now, and everyone in it is like really new characters we didn't know, meaning the Mandalorian. This is a beloved character. Like there's tales they had to weave here to get us understanding like where he's been this whole time.
Yeah, they had to walk a very fine line because him getting out of the Sarlacc pit was something that none of us thought would be able to happen. And then losing all of his armor to the Jawa was like every little beat that they had to hit, they did. So it was a good episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for it going forward. I think it's going to set up something really good. I will say this. Him getting out of the Sarlacc pit is shot exactly as Patton Oswalt on Parks and Recreation explained and described it would be. It is shot exactly that way, and that was 8 years ago he did that.
I really hope, what was it, Robert Rodriguez as the director? I really hope that he legitimately saw that episode by Patton Oswalt and went, yeah, that's it, guys. Let's storyboard this. And then we'll just go from there.
I have no doubt. And the best part about that was Patton Oswalt was riffing that entire speech.
That's right,
He did a full improv speech because he was doing a filibuster scene for 18 minutes. And if you do not believe me, go and go watch the full 18-minute, because they recorded the whole thing through and then just put it there for you to watch the whole thing. By the end, he's just like exhausted and ready to pass out.
It was really good, but that's the way it happened. It was very strange in the beginning because it was so well done that I legitimately was fighting for my breath for a little bit. I was trying to grab air, gasping as he's coming out of the sand. It wasn't fun. No. It was very stressful for about 5 minutes. I'm like, why?
I love it.
It was great.
And I love that in our opening, we get him completely stripped down and just having to be him. Mm-hmm. And I love the idea of where it could go. And yeah, I was a little surprised at how short it was too.
Yeah.
But to Casey's point, and I think this is probably what happened, I bet you any amount of money they wanted to put out the first 2 episodes. And so their first 2 episodes are probably shot that way and edited.
Well, didn't they do that? I want to say they released the first 2 with Mando.
I believe
so that way we got that taste and we got that flavor, and then we were able to get accommodated to these characters a little faster.
But Book of Boba Fett, I even as short as it was, like it told a good first episode, and I'm excited for tomorrow to go see the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Now again,
tomorrow already? Woohoo! I don't even know what day it is, bro. Why are we on here? Wee.
I am excited for it. It's going to be awesome. But I do want to say, and I know you want to join in with me, in our respect and love for Betty White.
Yes, Betty, one of the finest actresses, actors, human beings to ever grace this earth. One of the most beautiful, incredible humans who was able to walk through life with a grace and style unlike many, who was able to uplift every time she was in a room and continues to be the voice of like the Robin Williams, that spark of madness. We all have to keep it lit. Betty White was proof of that. She was that spark of madness, always having fun, partying after the Emmys with vodka and hot dogs. Like, come on, the woman is just, who doesn't want that in our hearts? And I think we're all luckier to have been graced by Betty White's presence on this earth. And now, especially after, we should be grateful, after she went from Betty Gray and destroyed the Balrog and became Betty White. I think that was a big deal back then. And that was, circa what, like 2000? BC.
It's hard to argue with that. Those are such beautiful words. She's our golden girl. We miss you, Betty. We love you, Betty. Thank you for literally decades worth of work from you that just will keep us going, especially one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
And then, shit, in the 1950s or whenever she had her show, she had on the tap dancer, the gentleman,
the black tap dancer,
yeah. And because she gave him extra time, she lost her whole fucking show. And all she did, keep smiling and walk on through.
Did you see Don Cheadle? Because Don Cheadle starred with her on the Golden Palace.
No.
So Don Cheadle, because his skin was darker and hers was so white, the cinematographer was having trouble keeping, like, because if they got him in focus, she was like blown out. And if they got her in focus, he was just a shadow, he said. So what she started doing was darkening her makeup when she come in. Nobody asked her to do it. She just did it herself to come in. Because the Golden Palace, let's face facts, was going to have Betty White as the star.
Yeah.
It's a spinoff, Yeah. And Don Cheadle could have lost that job if it would prove to be too much trouble. So, I mean, that's really sweet of her to do.
Just an amazing woman. And watching, I did get on a kick of, thank you for being our friend. We've traveled down the road and back again. Her heart was true.
I'm
She
not.
stepped
No,
out
I'm
and
not paying for
accomplished.
that. I'm not paying for that song. I'm not paying for that song. We'll do it on TikTok. Or it's free.
Fair. That- oh,
But
but
yeah,
no, she was amazing. She was just a fantastic human being. A spark is lost, and I think it's more important to celebrate that she existed and the time that we got to have with her, and try to model ourselves in some small way and after this incredible woman that she was.
consider better myself, my friend. So I'm gonna move on. No, rest in peace, Betty. But yeah. So I watched Encanto.
Oh wait, real quick, what favorite Betty White role before we close that segment?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Rose.
Mm.
Rose Nyland was one of the funniest human beings. When she would tell a story while they were sitting in that kitchen, and it wasn't the reactions that they got, like where B. Arthur is just being a complete dick to her.
Oh, Rose.
Oh, Rose, that you're so stupid. Like, something like that. It's just like, it was her delivery of those lines was just like, that's the comedic timing and genius right there.
Yeah, she was pretty brilliant. That she showed that again in Hot in Cleveland. I mean, which
Yeah, she did a good job in that show.
I like that show. It was cheesy, but I enjoyed it. It was a good show.
She was funny in that. Just the older woman who's like kind of perverted.
Yeah,
It's just wonderful.
yeah, it's wonderful. Who doesn't want the old perverted friend?
Yeah, and she's perfect for it. Excuse me. So still got the coughs, but I watched Encanto. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I have to amend my favorite movies of the year list.
Ooh.
So anybody who listened to our countdown episode from New Year's, I'm amending this. Encanto is definitely in the top 5 on that list of 2021.
Really?
Encanto is a beautifully told Disney movie. It is a wonderful story about family.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful story about family toxicity and how it can control people's emotions and mental health effects from that. Isolation, putting too much stress and strain on a home. And the music in it is like Moana is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah, agreed.
And it has been topped by Encanto.
What?
It's been topped by Encanto.
For real?
I absolutely adored this movie.
Wow.
Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the music for this too. So,
well, he's amazing.
Yeah,
that man can do no wrong. If Lin-Manuel Miranda was part of it, I'm probably in. I only recently watched In the Heights, and I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's no Hamilton.
Huh?
It's no Hamilton. But I mean, what is?
No, not much as Hamilton.
I just need more history. Who is he going to release? A Franklin? What's the next one coming out?
That's what you want. You want rapping history.
I just want all of the founding fathers. In fact, just every character through history. I want to have a musical about them now.
I want Washington, and I want it from the I want this story of Hamilton from the point of view of George Washington. Just like this fucking kid, man.
This fucking dude. Well, no, the best part about Washington is he's the old man who's just complaining about everyone who's complaining. He's looking because I mean. Hamilton or Jefferson was super young as well in the eyes of Washington. Washington's like 40 years a senior. He's like, oh, it's fucking kids.
Yeah.
That's the opening song. Washington, these fucking kids.
Oh my God. Those would be funny. But I highly suggest Encanto to everybody. Beautiful tale. And I love the story all the way through. It's about the Madrigal family. And just the magic behind it, the whole thing takes place within the home, and it makes sense, And this young girl who has no powers given to her, everybody else in her family has powers, but she got no powers, and she has to set out to try and save the home and save all of her family's powers when they start losing them.
All right, fascinating.
It really is, man. I did talk about Ron's gone. I'm pissed off that I can't say it right. Ron's gone wrong,
Okay.
but and that was an animated like Ryan the Last Dragon and Luca and all these like beautiful movies that came out. And I really appreciate them, love them. But Encanto tops them all.
That's pretty wild because for me, Ray the Last Dragon was up there. Was Onward? No, Onward was 2 years ago. But I know River is highly recommended Encanto. She keeps asking me. She's like, "Daddy, we have to talk about it." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm getting there, I promise." But I want to experience. I want to watch that with her because she'll have more of a kick out of it, and it always means more when I watch it with her. So Mitchell's versus the Machines, though, is going to be hard to top, bro. Hard to top.
I'm telling you, I think you'll walk away from Encanto and just truly love it because I didn't pick it. I wasn't going to watch it. Jack picked it, and he was just like, "I want to watch Encanto. I want to watch Encanto." And we're like, "Okay." I was like, "It's a new movie. I want to check it out anyway." But I wouldn't have like sought it out myself.
That's fair.
And damn, when we watched it, I was just like, "This blows me away. Like, this is fantastic. The music is great. Like, just everything about it was wonderful. Great tale."
Now it's got to be one of those movies that you can you sing the crap out of the songs afterwards?
Yes.
Okay. That's so important. That is a litmus test.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Bruno song. The older sister has a song about her strength of family.
Okay.
And I still sing it. I'm singing it. It's so good. It's by Jessica Darrow sings that one. That was a really good one. Don't watch it with your mom. That's a good way to bring up weird conversations. Yeah, that's true. Alan Tudyk plays as the toucan in the movie. I love that they put Alan Tudyk in like every movie, and he's always just like a bird or some shit.
Yeah, do something weird here, could you? It's kind of like Flea with the Wild Thornberrys character, the little kid who was just.
I don't know that that's Lin-Manuel Miranda doing that with him though, Kathleen, because like I bet you that's just Disney being like, we just want to give you a paycheck because we love you so much.
Probably he deserves it just for being as awesome as he is.
Hey,
yeah, I mean K2SO became one of my favorite droids ever.
Yeah, mine too. For sure.
I love that when he said Cassian doesn't think it'll work. Neither do I.
That's what the name of the song. Pressure that will drip, drip, drip. That will never stop. It's in like the way she sings it. It's just about like because she is the strongest. Like she's got Superman type strength, and she's singing to her sister about the pressure of having all of this strength and what it means, and like how she has to keep trying to top herself. It's amazing. It's truly fantastic. I loved Encanto so much.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give it a ride then.
I definitely would. You and River would absolutely adore it. But yeah, I'll tell you what though. Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock already. We haven't even gotten to a topic. Well, we're not getting to topics. Let's face it.
Let's just keep rolling, man.
I don't know how much longer I'm rolling. I'm dying. Can you imagine the call from Alan's agent? Hey, Disney needs a bird again.
It's Disney, and it's the rights off of that alone, just the residuals, you'll be living for a long time.
Yeah, 100%. Alan Tudyk is the man. What was I watching the other day? I was sitting there because I was sick the other day. I was like between bed. Before I had to do that show on Saturday, I was like in between bed and my chair. And I was just listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, great one. I love Michael Rosenbaum.
Such a good one.
Between him and Dax Shepard with Armchair Podcast, I just love them all.
I like Armchair Podcast. It's a good one. But Inside of You, he like is mesmerizing with his voice. Unlike us who are just great, but you
never know what we're gonna get.
We're no Michael Rosenbaum or Alan Tudyk, so you're not getting bird sounds and
unfortunately,
and lusciousness. But
one of the things I brought up earlier was Yellow Jackets. I did want to jump on that. I finally finished Only Murders Left in the Building. Love that one, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's my number one.
Real good. Martin Short, Selena Gomez, and Steve Martin, who I've always loved. Steve Martin. I'm well on record of saying that. And Martin Short crushes it because I love when he does the flamboyant role when he plays this big part. So like I love that about him. Selena Gomez brought it. I wasn't ready for her to not suck. I honestly did not have high hopes for her, and she was good. But I've never really seen her much. I didn't watch Spring Breakers. I didn't watch any of those. Those movies passed me by.
Yeah, but I did like her in this. I thought
Yeah, in
that.
this she was fantastic. Really good. And Yellow Jackets, if you guys haven't seen Yellow Jackets, y'all need to switch gears and hustle up and get into that. It's a story of 1996 where this soccer team goes down in a plane crash on their way to nationals. All the Lord of the Flies. And it is intense and it is heavy duty because then what it does is it takes place now with their current selves and then flashes back to 1996 trying to figure out what happened. With Julia Lewis, Christina Ricci. Oh, it's a huge cast. I love that show. It is intense and it is terrifying and it is jacked up. I will say they do a out in the woods hot iron poke with a piece of cable abortion.
I'm out.
Dude,
listen, 2020 and 2021 has been hard enough, and Yellowstone just ended. I kind of need a break.
Yeah, man. No, this is definitely one of those. If you liked William Golding's Lord of the Flies, you'll love this.
I will check it out just based on what you're saying,
dude. It's
not right now.
No, I understand. Take a break. If you've had too much heavy stuff going on in your life, walk away for a minute. Go do something else. Go watch something that's funny or something that's uplifting. But if you're ready for some heavy duty stuff that's going to make you question yourself after a few episodes, just watch it. It's great.
I put shows and movies like that in the brackets of like why I've only seen Alive once, Train to Busan, like Battle Royale. Like there's a reason. Like it's hard. It's like I need to see it, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It is very intense, but it is worth it because the way they are building the story, the way they've shot it, the way it's written, the way it unfolds, like this fantastic story that's just kind of slowly. If you imagine what it would look like watching a tulip finally slowly come out of its bulb and perfectly move as it grows, like this, it's just unfolding masterfully. So nature couldn't have done better.
Yeah.
It really is that good. It's horrifying. And I know by me saying that, people are going to be like, what? But I need you to be aware that it is that extreme. And please do not go into this blindly. It is harsh. It's brutal. It's gnarly. It's going to bring up feelings. You're probably not going to feel great after, but the story is such great storytelling. So
I trust you. And I will, like I said, I'll check it out when I'm not punching
I just had enough breathing room from October. So then I finally was like, oh, I can do kind of horror. Like I can get back into this a little bit. So
get back in. You dove in first.
Yeah, I mean, I never really stop. I just,
let's end this the right way. Let's end this with some Doctor Strange 2 casting rumors.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So have you heard any of the rumors that they're talking about? All right. So here's got
myself pushed away.
Now here's some of the rumors that have been flying out that I don't necessarily know if I believe, and then I'll tell you some of the ones that I do think. So Nicolas Cage is some sort of Ghost Rider.
Okay, I'd be fine with that. I'm fine with him being maybe even Mephistopheles himself.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Mephistopheles taking the form of one of the old Johnny Storm or Johnny Blazes.
That'd be cool. Tom Cruise is Iron Man. Because remember, Tom Cruise was supposed to be Iron Man originally.
Did he pass on it?
I don't know if he passed on it or they just didn't make it. Emily Blunt is Black Widow.
No. No. Come on. You don't sully the Black Widow character. I'm not saying Emily Blunt's a bad actress, but you've already done it. You've already had Scarlett Johansson. Move it along. I don't want a recast on that from an alternate universe. No.
There. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah, of course.
Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
You mean you want Logan to play Logan?
Yeah, basically. Well, Patrick Stewart as Professor X is heavily rumored.
I would be all about it. Professor X. Well, I mean, Patrick Stewart enjoys those roles, so I'd be happy to see him again. I'd like to see Ian McKellen as Magneto again.
Yeah, I mean, I would even take the younger versions of them. I don't care, but
Oh, the
as long as you,
McAvoy and Fassbender. You know, I'm a huge fan of those two. Michael Fassbender, especially. Man can do no wrong.
just to kind of reintroduce them back into the fold,
Mm-hmm.
And then this has been there's been two heavy rumors now. Is that Tobey Maguire could come back as Spider-Man for this because it's Sam Raimi directing.
Okay.
And Chris Evans could come back as the Human Torch.
Now that would be amazing. Can you imagine Chris Evans showing up and just randomly, like through one of those, the ring spit circles, so the portal opens up and you see Chris Evans and he comes walking out and he kind of has that cocky little smile and you're like, oh yeah, we're about to see something. He's going to jack something up, and then you hear instead of a shield, it's flame on.
Oh,
I'd be so excited.
I would take that or Michael B. Jordan doing it.
Yeah, I'll take Michael B. Jordan. What if both of them show up?
That'd be cool.
I got zero issue with that. I honestly loved everyone from that original Fantastic Four. Ian Gruffudd, Michael Chiklis, and Jessica Alba, and that first cast was fantastic for the Fantastic Four. So the stories weren't great, but the casting, they nailed it. So
yeah, I mean, there's quite a few like big rumors kind of going on. These are the ones that I kind of I could see actually happening.
Okay.
So, all right. So Professor X, I said already. And that's because I think they want to introduce the X-Men and they want to introduce the Illuminati.
Yeah, well, I think introducing the Illuminati is going to be so important. So if you can have Charles Xavier, Reed Richards, and immediately get Peter Parker in, boom, it's a great start. And oh my gosh, how am I forgetting his name? Bruce Banner.
Yeah, absolutely. So Loki and company from the TV show, they said could be rumored to make an appearance. Time varies. Okay. Wiccan and Speeds return the kids from WandaVision. I could see that happening, of course.
I think that would be really cool, actually, because that would be kind of a way for Wanda to maybe go from hero to villain, or kind of. I'm one of the reasons who I screwed stuff up too. Strange, that's going to mess him up if he's trying to have her help him, but she's in fact cracking the multiverse in her own way to have her kids. That would be neat.
Yeah, but another big one is the possibility of Ian Gruffudd's Reed Richards showing up from Fantastic Four to be a part of that Illuminati.
That would be rad.
Because then you could get Professor X, and then maybe Tobey's Spider-Man is a part of it.
Yeah, or Tobey's, or Andrew Garfield's. I've heard the rumor about him getting a Venom movie.
Yeah. Where is it? Oh, who else? Captain Carter.
Oh, dude, everyone from What If. Give me every single What If character. That was so cool. They did such a good job with those.
Captain Carter could be interesting. Ultron is said to possibly make an appearance.
Okay, yeah, I'm all about it. Let's get Ultron back in it.
I kind of want to see the What If version of Ultron.
Oh yeah, that would be neat. Good old James Spader. Give me more James Spader. I can never get enough of him. Out of all of the Brat Pack that's returned, where's Andrew McCarthy?
Andrew McCarthy kind of like just he picks and chooses his roles. He kind of sits out. Because he had a lot of abuse issues.
Yeah, I watched him. I actually saw him on stage. I saw him do Tennessee Williams' Glass Menagerie live in Hartford years ago.
What do we got? We got AJ saying, can we get Mephisto? I think Mephisto is probably going to show up in the Agatha Harkness show.
You think so?
I think that'll be an introduction.
That allows that whole supernatural side to really kind of run crazy. That would be a good place to play with Ghost Rider as well.
Yeah. So,
unless we get that in the hand stuff. So what do you foresee coming forward? How much more Charlie Cox are we going to get? Because I think the Hell's Kitchen crew, the Hell's Kitchen crew is one of my favorites. So do you think they're going to pull all the Defenders in, or
we're getting a whole show? We're getting a Daredevil show.
Do you think all the Defenders will be a part of that? Or are they going to do something kind of similar to what they did on Netflix and kind of retcon it?
We're definitely getting Charlie Cox back. I think they're going to bring everybody back but Iron Fist.
Yeah, I think they should. And it's not that I dislike whatever his name is.
Yes, you do.
That I didn't even bother learning it because I don't care. Oh,
Yeah.
it was such a just bad show, and his character was just bad. Like, and if it's supposed to be a tale of impotence, and the fact that man requires all of this power, and we derive it from different places, and yet we're so fragile and emotionally unstable that at any point would really just fall apart. I get it. I get the story. I understand. Male fragility is a great one to play with, but don't do it with a guy who's literally supposed to half of his power is just punching stuff. You can't. You can't.
I
make
liked him
that-
on Luke Cage. I know a lot of people didn't like him. I liked him. I liked his version because that to me was like the closest version to Iron Fist that he was. Like, not saying that they didn't follow his tail correctly, but the way they played it was like a CW show.
Yeah. And it was awful.
But when he showed up on Luke Cage, I was like, all right, I kind of dig this and how they're getting along. AJ says justice for Finn, of course. I will
love
say
you, AJ.
this.
And look, man, I'm all about that. The guy should probably get another chance to do something else in an illustrious career somewhere else, and just keep the fuck away from this. Just don't go near my Iron Fist and Power Man.
I think we're going to get a Defenders TV show, but I think the Defenders TV show is going to look very different. I think She-Hulk will be a part of it. Maybe a few others.
No Jessica Jones.
I don't know if Jessica Jones is going to have as big of a role going forward. She wasn't that interesting of a character in the comics. She had an interesting arc. Now, everybody wants to argue with me about, Jessica Jones. Like, the whole Purple Man thing in the comics, which they did on the show, was her most interesting arc. That's why
absolutely. And it clearly was the most interesting because of the villain you're going against.
But it wasn't. Like, she's not an interesting character. She's
not
really
because once you've gotten through the what's the word, the for lack of a better term, once she's been assaulted, the way she had something taken from her, it's overcoming that. It's a smaller arc. That's all. It's just a smaller arc. There's just not much more to do with it in the comic books. I think they did a great job on the shows. I love the Netflix series. That might be my favorite next to Daredevil. So
Daredevil will always be one. But Punisher is coming back. Joe Bernthal is coming back. John
good.
Bernthal.
He was one of the best characters, man. Like, overall, out of all the Netflix casting, I think he and Charlie Cox were top two.
Well, I think the rumor is right now that he might show up for Armor Wars, which would be cool because we would get Punisher armor, which is a thing. So
that would be pretty amazing, which a lot of people always mix up with Crossbones. So no, they're two separate things.
Which, if anybody doesn't know what Armor Wars is basically going to be Rhodey going around trying to stop and get back all of the Stark tech that ended up in other people's hands.
It's probably going to be him and Rhodey and Rescue. Yeah, Pepper. Yeah, and then that's how you introduce Ironheart.
We'll see her, but I don't think she's going to play a big pivotal role in it. I think it's just going to be more Rhodey doing it. Just to remember his friend by sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. And plus, anything with Don Cheadle. The guy can literally sit here and be like eating popcorn watching me, and I'd probably be more intrigued by him.
I would definitely be more intrigued. I would tell you to turn your camera. I don't want to just watch him eat.
How great would that be if at this moment I turn the camera, Don Cheadle's just hanging out?
It's like the entire time for an hour and 15 minutes we've been talking, and Don Cheadle's been in the room. We've even talked about Don Cheadle on Golden Palace, and he's just sitting in the room. Yeah.
He just randomly, hey, yeah, Betty was cool. All right, thanks, Don. Jeez, this guy, right?
Power Broker will return. All right, I like it.
Ooh, cool. I'm excited to see that. Sharon Carter, right?
She'll be in it, and who else did they say? Justin Hammer's going to be in it too. So,
ooh, good old AIM.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. No, AIM was
Hammer. Sorry, Hammer Technologies. Are we going to get AIM again? Because we should.
No, he's dead.
Well, he's dead, but doesn't AIM keep going? Just because Killian dies doesn't.
Yeah, true. All right. Before we get going, I do have a couple announcements to make. So this month, all of our proceeds that we are getting from our Patreon, we're going to, in Betty White's name, we're going to donate to local animal shelters. So, you don't have to join up, but if you want to, that's where it's going this month.
just so you know, it won't be
become a
going
patron.
It won't be going to feed Mick It'll instead this month, this
Go to
money will
feed
be
the
going to
animals.
feed dogs.
Yeah, no, but I thought it was important with her passing. She's too important of a person to not do something for, in her honor, because she's just been American treasure forever.
Absolutely.
Not a national, a true American, like not in a xenophobe sort of way, like what Americans should always strive to be, sort of.
Yeah. Like if there were fireworks going off and I heard "I am a real American," I would want Betty White being carried, by the way, down like on one of those big what do they used to call them? You know what I'm saying? The big
A
things
huge
carried
Jackman.
huge Jackman carrying Betty White on his arm as fireworks are going off, singing "I am a real American."
I am a real American.
Yes. Yes, that is what happened. That, in my mind, that is how she should be honored. And, so give to local shelters because she was also a huge fan of that.
Yes, that's the point we're trying to say here is, maybe let's all donate. Her birthday was on January 17th, so maybe everybody donate, even if it's like $5 just to go and help out. Or, like a lot of places have lists on their websites of things they need. And that goes a long way. So maybe buying, like, I know some places around here, you always need blankets, paper towels, dog food, things like that. Maybe reach out to them and see exactly what their needs are at the moment and help out that way if you can. Maybe you have stuff to just donate.
Yeah, toys, food, whatever they take. I don't know. We have a friend on here who would know better than that.
Stacy, who is one of her, and I will have it up on the Scene Snobs social media. We'll be donating to her shelter as well. So that is one of the shelters we'll be donating to. So and we will be broadcasting that as well, and we'll have a link on the site. So
we're gonna broadcast every donation. It's gonna be a bunch of 2-minute videos of us just being like, "Bam, donated."
No, I am not.
January 17th is just gonna be loaded with that.
No way. I did want to say one more thing. We do have a contest running right now for our TikTok and for our YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, once we reach 500 subscribers, we will be doing this one. We'll be doing a Mandalorian Funko Pop, which I will still have in the box, and that is Mando holding child.
Oh man, and he's got a sweet stash and everything.
Everything.
It looks like straight out of Narcos.
Oh my god, yeah. So once we reach 500, one lucky subscriber will do that. So please spread the word. Let's reach that 500 goal now on TikTok. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, which we're at about 450 right now, one lucky winner will win this Boba Fett.
This is the way.
This brand new Boba Fett.
The Boba Fett's pretty.
So let's get doing that. This is gonna be awesome. Dan Gal. What's up, Dan? So please subscribe, spread the word about the Scene Snobs. Let us know. Also, join our Discord. Our Discord is open. If you go to thescenesnobs.com, link is right there. You can go and you can join. Let's start conversations. I want to make a geek community of it where we have a good time. So join in there and feel free to post, talk about your fandoms, your geekness. We can start channels, things like that. Let's have a lot of fun with it. That's what it's all about.
It's the whole point. We're on this earth for a short period of time, unless you're Betty fucking White. And actually, probably thanks to Betty White becoming, the Betty Gray, Betty White thing, fighting the Balrog, we're all able to survive and have better lives. So let's get on there and party and have fun and be silly.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just I'm gonna end this thing because I feel like I'm gonna die.
But you look great. So you know what? If you got to take it in stride, you're doing well.
Anybody who's listening to this and not watching it, I look great. I don't look like I sound. But yeah, we're in a good place. But so this is Scene Snobs. Of course, you guys can check us out live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Casey and I come with you with topics that are asinine and absurd and fun. We have a good time. Today we riffed and just enjoyed it. But let's see how 2022 goes. Maybe we'll keep doing more of that. Well, you can join us every day. We are doing something on our social media. You can jump in, have conversations with us, like again on our Discord, our Patreon, everything like that. Just listen to the thing after. I'm so tired.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to 2022, and we hope that your first experience with us was a great one. And if you've returned and if you're coming back to say hi again, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love you all great. You're the best. Be well and be kind to each other.
Because I'm super sick. Ditto. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, mixed movie picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest Live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original and fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.